Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio, brought to you by Visual Marketing Mentors, LLC. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host. And as always, look forward to bringing you the wonderful businesses that we meet when we're out and about and that we're networking with so that you can know who you need to be out there doing business with. And we have today with us Linda Goetze. Linda, welcome.
Thank you so much, Pam. It's wonderful to be here.
Good. Thank you as well. Now, Linda, she has a very interesting business, and what she does is really educates people on the science of how water helps the body heal itself. She has electrolyzed-reduced water. And so, Linda, I'm going to let you explain all of that. So now, just first of all, just tell us what electrolyzed-reduced water is.
Electrolyzed-reduced water has been put through an electrolysis process where the water is actually denatured, or the H2O is split apart into hydrogen, oxygen, and hydroxyls. And those components are what your body needs to heal itself.
Okay, so that's interesting. So now we've broken down the H2O to everyone. So that's great. So now tell us, what are some of the benefits of the electrolyzed water compared to just the everyday H2O?
Well, I didn't have a clue that water was different. I had given my kids Dasani, Aquafina, thinking, it's better than tap water, I've heard, and I didn't discover electrolyzed reduced water until I went to visit a friend, Dr. Michael Donaldson, and he told me about the water, how it had saved his daughter's life. And I looked at some research, and as a science teacher, that makes a lot of sense. And I kind of had it in the back of my head, and then I got a call that my mom had been rushed to the hospital with massive blood loss. And so my first call was to Dr. Michael. And I said, where can I get this water? I need to get it to my mom now. And he had a friend that he referred me to, and I went and picked up water on a Sunday morning. They opened up their offices for me, filled my water containers full, and when I asked them what I owed them, they looked at me and said, someone shared the water with me, and that's what I want to do for you. There's no fee, just I hope it helps your mom. And that, I took it to my mom. She drank 1.5 gallons in a day and a half. Her hemoglobin had gotten down to 7. They gave her 1 pint of blood, and they tested her again. Her hemoglobin was up to 10. And the doctor's like, this is impossible. This is just an example that tests can be wrong. And I'm sitting here thinking, it's probably the water.
Right. The only thing that changed, right?
The only thing that changed was she got 1 pint of blood, which should take you up 1 point, and she got the water. And when they tested her again, her hemoglobins were still much higher than they possibly could be. They did an endoscopy and a colonoscopy, and there was no bleed site. Her intestines had healed. And the doctor literally spun around in a circle and said, it's a miracle. And that's the tagline on my website now, electrolyzed-reduced-water.com, and it's where science and miracles meet. And that was my first miracle. I took the water home to my in-laws because we moved into care for them. My mother-in-law has MS, and my father-in-law has Lewy body's dementia. And I just arrived with the water, and I was like, drink it. It's the best tasting water, Anyway, they started drinking the water, and my mother-in-law had been suffering from lymphedema, and her legs were swollen up. She had a measurement from the place she'd gone to get therapies, and it was 18.25 inches in diameter, her calf. It went down to 12.5 inches in 2 days.
Wow. And just all of this from drinking the electrolyzed water.
Changing her water to electrolyzed-reduced water.
Okay, electrolyzed-reduced water.
And that was mind-blowing to me. I was like, okay, wow. My father-in-law, who, like I said, had Lewy body's dementia, started drinking the water consistently. At first he had headaches, and then he started thinking more clearly. He hadn't been driving. He'd been struggling going to the gym. pushing ones and twos on the machines. Within a month, he was pushing 11s on the machines. He was driving, running errands, golfing again. He beat me 2 out of 3 rounds. That was a little depressing for me, but I was excited for him.
More water, more water.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Dad, I'm gonna take that bottle while we golf. Anyway, so we saw these things. I told my aunt about it, and she's like, "Your uncle's never gonna go for that. That machine. Yeah, it costs how much? It was $4,200 for the machine that my in-laws purchased. But my mother-in-law had spent almost that much on her legs, just trying to get them fixed, and they hadn't healed. She had the compression thing. She had, I was Velcro strapping her legs every morning. It didn't change anything, but the water did.
Wow. So now tell us a little bit about the machine, because that's the thing. How do we get this electrolyzed reduced water in the first place? Because we're already hearing all the wonderful benefits of it.
I didn't bring the machine. I brought a picture. This is the Levoluke SD501 Platinum, and I had to leave the machine at home because my father-in-law is drinking the water, and it's best fresh. When I was talking about the hydrogen and the oxygen, you have the highest levels of it when it's fresh from the machine. And the ORP, which is the oxidative reductive potential. If oxidation is rusting, then antioxidized, you're anti-rusting, you're anti-aging. And the water has been tested at negative 800 ORP. Your tap water is probably positive 500 to 600. Dasani and Aquafina, which is what I was feeding giving to my children, those are acidic and they have a high positive ORP as well. I have just been blessed to be able to give my children, my in-laws, everyone that I've had an opportunity to communicate and share with, water that is anti-aging and has that high, negative ORP, and the fresher you get it, the better. And the miracles didn't stop with my mom and my in-laws. My uncle had gotten bitten by a brown recluse spider. And he'd been 2 months. The wound had gone necrotic, so it was like a black hole digging into his leg. He'd had oral antibiotics, external antibiotics, nothing was healing it. They started using the 2.5 and the 11.5 waters that the machine makes. And the 2.5 is hypochlorous acid. It has a high level of hypochlorous acid. And I didn't even know what that was. I thought all acid was bad. Well, when acid kills bacteria and viruses, you kind of go, wow, that's good. He used the 2.5 on his leg, and like I said, initially he'd been like that, oh, that's too high a price.
Now, when you say used on his leg, was he just pouring it on the wound, or was he consuming it?
No, he put it on his leg, like with a gauze pad, moistened gauze pad. And then after the 2.5, he put the 11.5 on for about 10 minutes. Did it a couple times a day. After 7 days, I get a picture from my aunt. There's a before picture with the black hole, and there's an after picture, and she's like, we're buying a machine.
Wow, wow.
And it was...
Well, having stories like that, you just can't beat. So now let's talk about getting into the business of water, because we're already hearing a lot of the benefits, and through the stories, and I know you have tons of stories, because we've heard many other stories with just the wonderful results, so we can see why you even wanted to get into this business and really help others out. But give us a little bit more about just the business of water and what goes on with the business of water as well as with the machines.
Okay. This has been an accidental business for me, and when my mother-in-law, had such a dramatic impact with her legs. Of course, she wanted to buy a machine, and I'd seen it help my mom, and I was, okay, I want this for my kids, I want this for my family, I want this for my health. And so we bought a machine, and the company, if you refer others and share the water and they choose to buy a machine, Enagic will send you a referral check. And so my husband and I purchased a machine. My in-laws purchased one. My parents purchased one. My aunt and uncle, then obviously purchased one. And it just kind of evolved from there, where I was just in an organic way. I'd go to the gym, and people would see my father-in-law doing so much better. I'm like, what are you guys doing? What's in that bottle? Because I got a bottle that kind of had the Enagic logo on it, and so the business was just a extension of sharing the water. And when you're helping others, the way the company is structured, you have the the benefit of having what would usually go to a salesperson in a regular retail store, or their manager or their district manager. It goes to the people who've been part of sharing the water.
Yeah. And that's fantastic because you're able to, once again, not only help people through being more healthy by having healthier water, but then you're also able to, help them out financially if they want to get involved that particular way. That's great.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk a little bit about, because I know you've done some testing and have some charts to talk about that, but in kind of testing, because what's the scientific proof behind this, that this works? We know we have the proof from when you try it out and you hear people's stories about it, but what's kind of that scientific proof behind it? Because I can imagine people are asking for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On my website, electrolyzed-reducedwater.com, there's a science tab. And if you go to that science tab, you will see loads of research. There's just so many articles, things that have been done to demonstrate the efficacy of the water with a variety of different diseases, how one of the big values is the antioxidant value of the water, and there's a lot of research on that, how it mitigates cellular death. There's a lot of research there. One of the things that I'm most excited about, and I haven't been able to post it, is an ATS Labs. It's a third-party lab, independent results, and they tested the 2.5, which I was talking about is the hypochlorous acid.
Okay.
They tested it on E. coli, on Salmonella, on MRSA. And a lot of people, you hear, people get that in the hospital, you can die from it.
Okay.
I actually got a call today, which was really exciting, from Julia Ferris, who I had shared water with. She purchased a machine. She then shared it with a friend, Gloria Malcolm, who purchased a machine, and then she shared it. And the lady that she shared it with had been diagnosed with MRSA in the bone, and she'd had surgery on her foot, and unfortunately, not a lot of times, but sometimes there's infection that sets in, and they were going to be having to do a very extensive procedure and put a port into her bone and try to deliver antibiotics.
Okay.
She drank 2 gallons of water, 2 days repeatedly, went into the doctor to have her last, final, testing, the MRSA, where are we going to put the port, that kind of thing. And the doctor told her, you are 1 in a million.
Wow.
The MRSA is gone. We can find no trace of it. You're not going to need this procedure. You're not going to need that,
So she's already saved the money that
She
she
has-
spent with purchasing the machine.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I have the lab reports that say the electrolyzed-reduced water, kills bacteria, kills the MRSA. Drinking the water, and there's 7 different types of water that the machine makes, and I know when I talk about it, it's kind of hard. There's 3 levels of drinking water. There's 8.5, 9, and 9.5, and those are all alkaline waters. And then below that, you have it's actually labeled for medicine. And when one of the qualities of the water is it takes whatever you take with it and gets it to a cellular level really rapidly. And the reason that's important, that we have a neutral water, is that you take your medicine with it. If not, you would be absorbing
Okay.
a lot more than the doctor ordered.
Okay.
So they prescribe you 100 milligrams, they know your body will uptake maybe 20.
Okay.
You drink it with this water, your body uptakes 80 or 90 milligrams. You're
Okay.
getting more than the doctor ordered. So that's an important button right there.
Now, let me ask you also, what about, and when you're talking about the different types of water, so we have the alkaline water that we see in the stores, and that was a big thing at one point too, a lot of people talking about alkaline water. What makes your water different than that?
The alkaline drinking waters here are alkalized.
Okay.
When you get spring water, I call it naturally enhanced with minerals.
Okay.
When you buy the other waters, you're getting something that is enhanced by whatever company is bottling the water. Bottled water is unregulated, and they can enhance it with anything they like. Reverse osmosis water is very acidic, just due to the process that it's put
Okay.
through and what you have left. Basically dead water, and you've got the waters that if you have electrolyzed water that has its charge because it has its alkalinity because of a charge, you're going to have something that can not be neutralized by your stomach acid. It will actually enter your body and be usable by your cells. The active hydrogen, the active oxygen, and the hydroxyls can actually get to a cellular level and do their job. The minerals that are put in the enhanced waters in the grocery store, they don't get past the stomach. Just real quickly, the last two types of water, you've got 6.0, which is a slightly acidic water, which is a beauty water, and you also have the 2.5, which is the amazing hypochlorous acid, and the 11.5 comes out at the same time, which is a really healing water.
Wow, so a lot of options. So that kind of explains some of the cost for the machine, but again, well worth the cost when you're looking at some of the health benefits and what you're saving from some of the medicines and things that you would be taking otherwise potentially.
It's a medicine cabinet on my countertop.
Wow, that is fantastic. Now, of course, before we go, tell everyone how they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. You can go to my website. It's electrolyzed-reducedwater.com. You can also call me, 478-955-7649. And I have all my contact information on the website as well. You just have to remember the dash between the electrolyzed and the reduced. And once again, that's electrolyzed-reducedwater.com. And I'm happy to share the water, and I'm happy to help you understand better how it can help your body heal itself.
That's fantastic. We appreciate you coming in. Love to hear, what do you see for electrolyzed reduced water in the next 5 years in your business growth?
Well, I've seen things like my husband's cholesterol levels going down 67 points when all he did was change the water. I know that's a huge problem in the United States. Rather than taking statin drugs, why not drink the water? Obesity is an issue in the United States. I had been very fit, but I was fat. I had gained 10 pounds working out. I started drinking the water. I lost 20. That's an epidemic. The water can help. So there's so many things that I believe the water can help people benefit from. And when you look at our world issues and the viruses and the bacteria that are out there, and we've seen that this water can help and can be an answer in so many areas. It's just a matter of educating people, giving them an opportunity to research for themselves and find out that this water can be an answer. And in 5 years, I hope to be here talking to you again about my success.
Fantastic. We look forward to having you, Linda. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today, educating us on the benefits of the electrolyzed reduced water. Everyone, make sure that you reach out to Linda. And one more time, give them your website.
Electrolyzed-reducedwater.com.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. We want to thank you for watching this episode of That's My Biz. Be sure to go back, listen to the episode on demand at bizlinks.tv, get more information, get more education, hear the terms that you want to look out for and do some research on your own. And then make sure you reach out to Linda, because you can tell she has a lot of knowledge about this and can really help you if this is an area that you want to make an improvement for in your life. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host. Be sure to also catch us on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BizLinksTV. Remember, we want to expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.